Good morning, children. This video is for 20th January. We have completed the topics of lines and angles, that they are adjacent angles, linear pair and all. Now we are going to learn about vertically opposite angles. When two lines intersect, the vertically opposite angles so formed are equal. This is the statement regarding vertically opposite angles. What is the vertically opposite angles? How it happens? When two lines intersect. After seeing the diagram, you can know that AB and CD are the two lines intersecting at O. Then four angles are formed in the figure. In that, vertically opposite angles are equal by the statement. How we can understand the meaning of the opposite angles? See, if we are taking angle 1 and 2, what is the meaning of that one? Angle 1 and 2 are adjacent angles. Again, 2 and 3 also adjacent angles for us. 3 and 4 also adjacent angle, and also angle 1 and angle 4. Now we have to learn about what is meant by opposite angles. If I am considering angle 1, the 2 and 4 are coming under the name of adjacent angles with angle 1, right? So which is opposite to 1, angle 3. So opposite angles with respect to angle 1 is angle 3 only, or in vice versa we can tell angle 3 we are considering opposite to angle 3, it is angle 1. Similarly, angle 2 if you are considering, then adjacent angles are 1 and angle 3 only. Now what about opposite angle? Angle 4. So angle 1 is equal to angle 3, angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Now what is the meaning of vertically? Because all these four angles are shared with a common vertex O only. That is the word vertically shows. Common vertex O only formed for 1, 2, 3, 4. With that only we are getting vertically word, right? So usually vertically is a vertical line, not like that. Vertex is here meaning that from the common vertex. So here angle 1 is formed with the angle only. 2 also in the same way, angle 3 and angle 4 also formed at O only. That is why vertically opposite. Now you understood the meaning of vertically as well as opposite. Now here it is told that angles are vertically opposite angles are equal. How we can prove this part means actually the proof whatever based on this you are learning in the higher classes. Still you have learned the idea of linear pair. Based on that we can say this one. See, angle 1 plus 2 is linear pair only. So sum of the two angles, that is 1 and 2 are linear pair, means the sum of angle 1 and 2 equal to 180 degree. You know that. Now we can say that angle 2 and angle 3 is also 180 degree only. Right? So both are equal to 180 degrees. So the first equation, angle 1 plus angle 2 is also equal to angle 2 plus angle 3, because both values are 180. So this 180 is replaced by angle 2 plus angle 3. Right? Now angle 1 I am keeping this side, angle 2 plus angle 3 is already the right hand side, and angle 2 I am taking to this side. So what will happen to this result? What will happen? Angle 2 will get cancelled. Right? So angle 1 equal to angle 3. Similarly, we can prove that angle 2 and angle 4 also equal by keeping angle 3 as a common there. If you want, I will do that steps also. It is not required for your level, but for remembering this one, how we are getting vertically opposite angles are equal, we can give this idea that angle 2, 3, 4 I am taking. Angle 2 plus 3 is a linear pair. 180 degree, right? Okay. What about 3 and 4? Angle 3 plus 4 also 180 degree only, because it's also another linear pair. That means angle 2 plus angle 3 equal to angle 3 plus angle 4. Now 3 I am taking to that side. Angle 2 equal to angle 3 plus angle 4 minus angle 3. So vertically opposite angles are equal we got. So what is the meaning of this one? If angle 1 is 30 degree, naturally angle 2 will be 150 degree. right, because of the linear pair. If it is 30, by this concept what you can say about 3 also, angle 3 is also 30 degree. What about angle 4? Since it is 150, we can go for this also 150. Suppose I have written here 60, then the number will change here 120 because of the linear pair, right? So if it is 60 means what about this also 60, and what about instead of 150 what will get, it is 120. I think now you got the idea. When two lines intersect, four angles are formed in the diagram. In that, vertically opposite angles are equal. Which are they? Angle 1 we are taking means the other one will be angle 3. Angle 2 we are taking, then the other one will be angle 4. Both are equal. Now we are going to do the sum based on the vertically opposite angle. Find x is the question. Diagram is given. Angle 105 is given. Opposite to 105. What is the value is given? 3x. See, if it is a vertically opposite angle, because it's a line only AB and AC and BD. So what we can say that vertically opposite angles are equal. So we can write, we know that 3x equal to 105. What is x? 105 divided by 3. 3 3s are 9, balance 1, the number is 15, so 35 degree. So x equal to 35 degree, because what is the reason? Vertically opposite angles. This much only we can write the short form, vertically opposite angle. This shows that vertically opposite angles are equal. So whenever you are using the application of vertically opposite angles, you can write the short form like this. In the following figure, if angle 1 plus angle 3 equal to 120 degree, then what is angle 2 plus angle 4 is equal to? See, when we are taking these two lines intersect property means at the center whatever angles are formed, that sum is equal to 360 degree. That means from the figure we can write that it's a solution only. Okay, from the figure we can write that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 equal to 360 degree. Now in the question what is given? Angle 1 plus 3 is given. So we are doing the grouping with the angle 1 and 3 together. Then angle 2 plus 4 is another group equal to 360 degree. Now we are substituting, instead of angle 1 plus 3 it is 120 degree. So we can calculate what is angle 2 plus angle 4, that is equal to 360 plus 120 we are taking to the other side, it is equal to minus 120. So what is the answer? It is 240 degree. So what is the concept we have used? That the complete angle is 360 degree. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, all the angles sum. If you take all the angles is around the point only. Right? So all these angles sum is equal to 360 degree. So that property we have used. If anybody wants to write here complete angle. So we have got the value for angle 2 plus 4 equal to 240 degree. In the figure, angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 equal to 230 degree. Find the measure of angle 4. So diagram already given, you know that from the diagram it is two lines intersecting only. So here you can see that four angles are formed. In that three angles sum is equal to 230 degree, and it is asked that what is the measure of angle 4 only. So as we know that a solution, what we can write, we know that angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 equal to 360 degree. 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is all angles 3 sum equal to 230. It's given in the question. So what is angle 4? 360 minus 230. So equal to 130 degree. Simple only, based on the concept of complete angle. So we got the value for angle 4 is equal to 130 degree. So in this, the last two sums, we have used the idea of a complete angle only. Find the value of x, y, z, and one value is given in the diagram, that is 25. So how to solve this question? Y equal to 25. What is the reason? We will write vertically opposite angles, right? From the figure, what we can write about x and y? Angle x plus angle y equal to 180 degree. When we are writing something, we must write the reason also there, linear pair. Okay, in that angle x we don't know, but angle y we got 25 degree only. So it is equal to 180 degree. That is angle x plus angle 25 degree equal to 180 degree. We substitute the values for y. Now what is angle x? 180 degree minus 25 degree. So it is equal to 155 degree. What is the value for x now? Angle x is equal to 155 degree only. Now once again from the diagram we know that angle x and angle z are vertically opposite angles. So angle x equal to angle z equal to 155 degree. So what is the reason we should write vertically opposite angle? So in this question, three values are asked. Which are the values are asked in the question? Angle x and xyz is asked. So angle x and z is here. We can highlight, and similarly angle y is here. So just to put it in a box, then the answer will be clear to checking also very well. So the values are angle y equal to 25 degree, angle x and z is equal to 155 degree. So whatever reasons, for the first case we have used vertically opposite angle, next case we have used the linear pair, finally one more time we have used the reason vertically opposite angle. With this we got the values. Next topic is one of the important topic only, parallel lines. Two lines L and M in the same plane are said to be parallel lines if they do not intersect when produced indefinitely in either direction, and we write as L parallel to M only. Two lines L and M in the same plane, plane surface they are drawing, and if they do not intersect, they are not meeting each other when they produced indefinitely. If Li produced in both the direction, either this direction or that direction, it is not going to meet M only. Then we can say that they are called as a parallel lines. If they are parallel lines, the distance between these two parallel lines is same at any point. So now suppose I am taking one line like this. See, here is this. These two are not parallel. If we produce this somewhere, it will meet. See, that is called intersecting lines. So these are not parallel lines. They may have the common point also. Here what happens? Here there is no common point, and if we produce in both the direction, it is not going to meet anywhere. They are called as a parallel lines. How we'll write? L parallel to M or M parallel to L also we can say, right? So the distance between these two parallel lines are same at any point. Transversals. A line intersecting two or more given line in a plane at different points, then it is called a transversal to the given line. See, in the diagram T is marked here. We have taken a line L and M here, and if L is intersecting T is intersecting L at this point, at the same time it is intersecting M at a different point. That is why a line, that means T, intersecting two or more given lines. Which are the two or more given lines? Here two lines only I have taken, L and M. T intersecting L and M at different points. Let me mark here A and B. Got? So A and B at different points, then we can call it as we can call T as the transversal. Here also I can see this is almost look like a parallel line, but it is not a parallel, but T is called a transversal. Why? Because when I'm taking A, B are the two lines here, and T is intersecting A at P, B at Q, right? So what happens here? Here at the point P and Q are intersected by these two lines A and B by T. So T is called a transversal. That means T is intersecting A and B at two different points. So T is a transversal here also. Let me take these two cases also. What about a T in this case? See, this is the first line L. It is intersected by at the point A only, right? Next I am taking this line M only. Here it is intersecting, right? So this I am marking as a B, right? Now I am taking this as a N. Here it is intersected by T. So A, B, C are the points intersected respectively L, M and N. So T is a transversal. Now what is the different case here? If I am taking a line M, whether M is a transversal or not, M is intersecting L at A only. M is intersecting N at A only, right? So these three lines are intersecting at A. These are not called as a transversal. So M is not called a transversal. One common point is there. One intersecting at not at different points. It is intersecting L and at the same point only. By the definition of the transversal, it should intersect the lines at different points. So then only we can call it as a transversal. But here what happens? It is intersecting at the same point. So almost we can say that this is a concurrent lines because they are passing through the one common point. They are not called as a transversal. M is not called as a transversal here because it is intersecting L and N at one common point A. In the given figure, name the following pairs of angles. First one is obtuse vertically opposite angles. Now see the diagram and you can understand that which are the line AC is the line BD is there. Where the two lines are formed. Vertically opposite angles are formed, so they are also equal angles. So which are the lines? BD is the line as well as AC is the line. OE is a ray only, it's not a line here, right? So the line is formed here means the first pair of the angles and the second pair of vertically opposite angles, right? Now the question is obtuse. See the diagram which time these two are looking like acute. So naturally, which is the obtuse more than 90 degrees. That is angle AOD. So I have written the answer here. Angle AOD equal to angle BOC. Similarly, the third question also I can complete now. Which is the acute angle AOB and COD, right? So we got the vertically opposite angles. In the diagram I already marked which are the vertically opposite angles AOB and DOC. Another pair is AOD and BOC. Question is asked for obtuse vertically opposite angle, so which is more than 90 degree in these two pairs, which is that one AOD. So AOD equal to which is the another vertically opposite angle BOC. So here we have written. Now acute is also asked, the third question. So which is the acute angle? AOB and COD. Right? Now the question is that equal supplementary angle. That is the second question. Supplementary angle means what is the meaning? The sum of two angles is equal to 180 degree. Always we told that 180 degree means the sum should be 180 degree. Two angles sum is equal to 180 degree only. Now see that one. Where it coming means here the line is coming here 180 degree. So here the two adjacent angle means BOE and DOE is also supplementary angles only, because it's a linear pair, so sum will be naturally 180 degree only. But the word is here equal. Equal means each equal to 90 degrees, so the direction is here, right? So BOE equal to DOE. See, when we are taking this also, it is also supplementary angles only, because the sum of AOE and COE equal to 180 degree, because the line, but it is not equal. One is less than 90 degree, one is more than 90 degree. So that is why that pair we cannot take, because the word of equal supplementary angles. Now one more question is asked, that adjacent angles do not form a linear pair. So linear pair means we should able to keep a scale on that one for getting a line. See, ABD is a straight line, that is on non-common arms form a line. Similarly, AC is also forming 180 degree. So adjacent angles do not form a linear pair, means that non-common arms are not forming a opposite rays there. So first one I have written that AOE and DOE. Let us check that. AOE, it is starting from here, right? Starting from here, and DOE. So we are not getting a line here. Like this we are getting adjacent angles only, but they are not forming a linear pair. Another answer we have written as here AOB and AOE. See, AOB means here, and AOE means this one. Means totally it will come complementary angles we can say, but not a supplementary angles. Now the last one more pair is there, EOD and COD. Let us check the diagram. EOD here 190 degree came, COD, but it is not getting a line complete here, that is non-common arms are not forming the opposite rays. So these are the answers for this question. Adjacent angles do not form a linear pair. I think whatever concept we have explained till now, all the concepts are very clear to you. Adjacent angles, linear pair, supplementary and complementary angles, then vertically opposite angles. So the next topic we started parallel lines only. The coming class we are going to learn about the angles made by the transversal when it cuts two lines. So that is also one of the important topic only. But today's class I am winding up this only. Practice more and thoroughly do the revision of this chapter. You can do any sums based on this concept. Thank you.